when you hear that the Jews, and I love Dave Chapelle, but this thing he did on Saturday Night Live was not right. Okay? Yes, Jews are so fucking traumatized that we are super sensitive to anything that makes it possible for people to tell jokes.
Can I stop you for a second there?
Sure.
He has to do that. That's his job. His job is to make fun of something that's in the zeitgeist.
I hear you.
That is in the zeitgeist.
I know you were going to say this.
The fact that Kanye West is being accused of this anti-Semitism and Dave Chapelle is hosting Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He's got this fake letter, and he goes, and that, Kanye West, is how you buy some time. That shit was fucking hilarious. There's nothing not right about that. That was fucking hilarious.
Sorry, Joe. I'm going to go toe-to-toe with you on this one.
You don't think that was funny?
Oh, not only was it funny, Dave Chapelle is a fucking William Tell level artist. He took his bow at an incredible distance and hit an apple off of somebody's head.
So what is wrong with that?
The issue is that it opens up this issue for people who are not at Dave Chappelle's level. Okay, so you made a joke about pizzas, Italians.
So you have to
let me tell you a pizza,
cater your joke to the dumbest people that are listening?
No. Your problem, Joe, to be honest with you, is that you and Dave Chapelle are held by in such high regard by me. And I completely defended you 100%. This man has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. 100%.
Well, thank you.
Okay. You don't need me.
Appreciate you.
There's nothing. Love you too.
I love you.
Here's to some bullshit. Love you too. No, you don't need to defend me because there's not a trace of it in you.
So him
wait.
saying that.
I'll do it.
Okay, please.
Okay. I view you guys as the marksmen. You're the surgeons. You're the fucking neurosurgeons who can get between two neurons and cut the bad one and leave the good one. That is, to me, I know that you guys think it's about mockery, it's about having fun, blah, blah, blah. I've been through the comedy mill. There is an aspect to Carlin's comedy, for example, or Richard Pryor's or Lenny Bruce's that is timeless and immortal because comedy is so much more than getting a belly laugh. It's at a different level. I expect you guys I want you to keep workshopping that thing till it finds its actual highest level. I'll tell you the joke about pizzas, money, and Jews, right? I used to go to the Harvard School in Los Angeles, which was the top, most exclusive Episcopalian school in LA. And I was sandwiched between these two beautiful, muscular Aryan men, and they would make the following joke. Hey, Eric, what's the difference between pizzas and Jews? A pizza doesn't scream when you put it in an oven, right?
That's a terrible joke.
It's a terrible joke, and I lived it every fucking day. And the thing that I want out of humor is I want our best comedians to be a level or two above where they already are. So that was my complaint about Dave Chapelle. It wasn't that Dave Chapelle wasn't funny. He's funny as hell. It's like, I thought beyond that, you should have done a routine that brought us all 100% together. And what you did is that you did a routine because you tried to get it at this level. My opinion of Dave Chapelle is that he's way up here.
Let me explain how a monologue works.
Please.
There's a big difference between a monologue and a stand-up set. If Dave was going to do a stand-up set on that,
okay,
he would work that at multiple different clubs a night, and he would do it over months.
Yeah.
It would be something that he would experiment one way. He would add things to it. He would subtract the shit that he didn't like anymore.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time.
Well, that's what you invited me to see.
Yes.
Right?
Well, you've seen it. So you understand how it goes.
You showed it to me.
Yeah. But you saw it in actual practice.
100%. And I got to tell you how much more I value watching you as an intellect, which you often run away from. I'm just a comedian. I watched you look at the crowd as feedback and change your act and change your act and change your act until it just sang.
Well, thank you. But while you're doing that, you're trying to find the beats. It's a rare art form where you're practicing it in front of people. And the difference between a monologue, which Dave has to prepare for in a very short amount of time, versus a set. Like if you want him to have a very complex and nuanced take on a subject, it's going to take time. It'll take a little time to figure out. And I mean, I can only speak for myself, but my process is months. Like I have some bits and then they start off great and then they die and then they come back and then they fucking get better. And some bits, I have to abandon them. They're not working. They're not growing. Whatever it is. And you don't know until you try it in front of an audience. And I tried a bunch of different ways. And sometimes I try and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck have I got myself into? And I have to pull myself out of the bush. But it's because there's this experimental aspect to doing live stand-up in front of these crowds. And after a while, when listening to us talk on podcasts, a lot of fans now know. Most people don't, though. Most people have no idea what's going on, which is good because you just want them to have fun. So, but there's a thing going on where you're trying to sculpt it. If he wanted to take that subject and advance it to like this Dave Chapelle, coral belt and jiu-jitsu level, because that's what he is, like he would figure out a way to do it. And he would have it in a way that wouldn't be objectionable to you. And I didn't find it objectionable. I thought it was a hilarious take on something that was current. It was in the news. It was a thing. He was just mocking the fact that Kanye was being attacked. He was not diminishing it in any way. He was making light out of there was a target. He hit it. That's how it is. Like
I appreciate what you're saying. And my response to this, and this is what I say to my fellow Jews, I say, look, I don't want less Joe Rogan or less Dave Chapelle. I trust these people. I want more. I want to go to the uncomfortable place so that we can all actually open it up. Just like if you were doing MDMA-assisted therapy, right?
Yeah.
The idea is if you don't actually touch the thing that's uncomfortable, which is like, why are Jews so fucking successful? Why do they have so much money?
Right.
Why are they in control of this stuff? It's like, I want to go through that, and I trust you guys, both of you. And there are probably a few other people that I trust to do it, but it's not many. And the point being, which is that when other people were like quick to say, this is anti-Semitic, this is uncomfortable, this is this, I had a different response, which is, and I think you're teaching me, it's not the monologue that you want the routine that is workshopped and perfected.
Yeah, the routine takes a long time.
Maybe I didn't have that, but I would say the following. I believe that ultimately, and I don't want to make it the job of the comedian, but ultimately that is what it is teach us how to live with each other and love each other when we have these deep suspicions of each other.